Welcome, I'll be reacting to Black Sails, Season 1, Episode 3. This is not a market substitute. Please support the original on Starz. I love this set so much. The herb bundles and everything. But who is she?
Oh my god.
Ow. Oh.
Is it really necessary?
Yes.
One of my neighbours must have witnessed your arrival last night. Pastor Lambrick has a new chief of intelligences, Mrs. Archer.
One of the hoes helped her past the guards. She said Max had a boat waiting. I went to check.
I told her I would protect her. Did she not believe me?
Your betrayal moved her to this, so it was your fault. Sorry, Eleanor.
Given how long it's taken to track him, I had wondered if it was a lost cause.
I thought there were intelligencers out spying. Is it wise to be this open about it?
I assure you all what happened last night was as disappointing to me as it was to you. But if you're quite certain my value to this crew is exhausted, then by all means elect yourselves a new quartermaster.
Make it right, Jack.
The consort is going to be Jack's ship, I feel like. If I had memorized a page, and I had all these people staring at me, I would have trouble remembering it. I'm just saying, maybe give the man some space. Have one person in the room, not like 7, just... If he's smart, he'll leave out an important detail.
Where's the rest?
Beg pardon?
Bianca has a planned stop to take on water somewhere on the coast of Florida. That's the point where they're most vulnerable to attack.
Well, you all seem rather angry with me. Especially you.
Uh-huh.
And if I were to write it all down, then what's to stop you from killing me right here?
Exactly.
What's to stop me from killing you anyway?
Well,
Honor?
that's a few weeks from now, isn't it? We might be friends by then.
Billy's like...
Our crew is less than a day removed from a mutiny. I don't care how much gold you dangle in front of them. That hatred doesn't just disappear. And Flint wants to put him back on board. You, come with me.
I think Silver and Billy will end up friends.
Would you do me a favour and keep an eye on him? Give me a yell if he tries to wander off. Peel.
I actually enjoy peeling potatoes and carrots and things. It's oddly cathartic.
That's what I'll do if you should wonder.
Okay.
Which means in less than 4 weeks.
The warehouse is empty.
Oh my. Only 4 weeks.
I can't help but notice that you don't seem to like me very much. Do you mind if I ask why?
You took his job.
You're upset because they gave me your job. Then less than a day later, he's dead. Flint remains, and everyone seems to have forgotten that any of it ever happened.
Whose side is Randall on?
Do you know of people who still harbor some anger towards the captain?
And we made you into the man that you always insisted to them that you were. Think on that, while you sit here and pretend that helping me isn't the only choice you have.
I mean, she's been running things. I don't get why he doesn't trust her. That is a beautiful sword. I love the blades on this show.
I've been talking with our friend Randall. My suspicions about our captain. He seems to think we might have that in common.
Ooh, the fort. Finally.
Some risks nowadays. It's more dangerous not to take them.
Jesus, now you're talking like him. And what does he want?
Your guns.
Your ship, your crew, no one trusts me. It makes the most sense. Any news from your friends in Edinburgh?
The last I heard, James fled to France. Call him the Pretender now.
Mm-hmm. Is he agreeing? They must go way back. There's no other explanation.
Marcus Aurelius.
Mm-hmm.
You read it? It's a personal favorite. I think you might find it helpful.
It seems like she's either a current or former intelligencer herself. I'm not sure for whom.
They are what's left of your mutiny.
How do you know?
Because I had a long conversation with Mr. Turk about it this afternoon.
This is brilliant. To show he's serious about rejoining the crew, he's helping Flint by getting the traitors out in the open. I like this plan, because at least Billy will trust him now.
He believes there's a witch who lives deep inside the island who controls his every move.
More or less, yes.
What?
It won't take much for you to lose that new crew of yours.
But the moment the Urka looms close and the first shot is fired in anger, you know exactly what every last man in that crew will be thinking. Christ almighty, I wish we had a captain 30 years younger.
Charles Vane.
I figured.
More men, more guns.
You need the Ranger.
Fuck you, Jack.
I understand your feelings, but humbly, I'm not certain this is entirely your choice. If we swallow our pride and help Flint land the Urka, who else on this island stands to benefit?
Eleanor. He wants to impress her again. This could go badly wrong really quickly. But they'd also make a great team up. Because they're both powerful captains.
That was my fault. Entirely my fault. I should have been clearer when I prepared you for this meeting. When I said we would need to keep our tempers in check if we were going to make this meeting happen, I should have specified we'd need to do so for the duration of the meeting as well. Not to worry, simple setback.
Are you as surprised as I am? And I'm the only one here behaving myself.
That is true. I was not expecting that. But he's here for different reasons.
I'd feel much better if our deal had a more impartial guarantor.
But you have my word. His terms shall be honored.
Her word's good enough for me.
Oh no, Max. She?
I had no choice. What you did, it required an answer.
Because she gave away their meeting.
Get her on a boat.
Captain, this isn't what I meant by cleaning up.
Do it after dark. And do it quietly.
You have happened by here every Wednesday for months now. I've grown tired of acting surprised, so I've instead decided this Wednesday to receive you properly.
All right, now I really think she's an intelligencer. Uh-oh. His guard is asleep.
Easter. Is it Easter already?
I feel that. Is it Easter already?
This, the truest form of love, love through suffering. Thy navel is like a round goblet, which wanteth not liquor.
Oh yes, Song of Solomon.
Twins of a gazelle. God wrote that too.
Mm-hmm.
True love shouldn't require suffering.
Ooh, what's this painting? Stars, when you pause it, it darkens it. So annoying. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Hamilton. If she knew what he just did to Max.
Well, it's up to us when we're done with her.
Oh no, Max.
Captain, the men.
I need you now.
Oh, shit.
You are, all of you, this whole crew, as of right now, finished! You will not eat anything!
No.
Unless you decide, right now, to elect yourselves a new captain.
Yeah, but the men were the problem.
Beggars under an old captain, or rich men under a new one.
We could have left. We could have been free. He didn't do this to me.
You did.
You did.
I
actions cost you your purse. Until the debt is paid, I'm yours.
Oh my goodness.
What the hell just happened?
Yeah.
It looks like she just gave us a ship. Ship with no captain.
If anyone deserves to be a captain, he does.
To him, we're all disposable.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Kits to be used for his own purposes. That's because you don't know about Mrs. Barlow.
May I?
I use candles on a regular basis, including to read. The way the candles are positioned here, to me, is odd. When you want to overall light a room, you place them as they have in this scene, here, here at the major corners, so that when you walk into the room, it's basically like having an overhead light. However, if you want to read, you need better light, in which case I tend to do 2 to 3 candles in a single location and 1 candle elsewhere. So if you need to walk around the room for any reason, it's not dark, so you have 1 candle on the opposite side of the room. Your reading candles need to be together or it's not enough light. And he had 1 candle. So when she came in and set her candle down next to his, that is actually creating proper reading light. You can just tell that they had set lighting, and then they were like, where should we put the candles? I don't know, like around the room? And they did not have someone there who actually uses candles and knows where to place them. Notice right there, she stood up away from the candles and was like pretending to read. There's no way you can read that. If you have the candle and you have your book, the book's page must always face the candle. You cannot read like this. You must read like this. Candle, book pages facing candle. Probably laughing at me by now, but it's just such a ridiculous scene now because all I can think about is she can't read when the light is here. Whoever lit this scene, I just want to face palm.
It stands fast while the churning sea is lulled to sleep at its feet. How lucky I am that I am not broken by what has happened. And I'm not afraid of what is about to happen.
I'm assuming she is an intelligencer, but I don't know for whom. What she's good at is manipulating men through civilization. You saw that earlier in the episode when she had that beautiful tea set out for the priest, and then was using, I think that was Song of Solomon, to gain his interest in a way that he could connect with, because it is still scripture. We saw with Eleanor's father, she began to read to him and brought him food, probably things that he liked, clearly trying to get on his side. Even Flint, to a certain extent, you could see how she was using her intellect to push him certain ways. And then Mr. Turk, I think it was, knows about her and thinks of her as kind of a spider with a web, a witch who lives in the inland. She is very careful at putting up a facade of just simply being a very civilized lady in the midst of all this chaos, and not important at all. I think she's running things. I mean, genuinely running things. Or at least putting out her feelers and making sure things happen in the way that she wants them to. I don't think she works for Flint. I think he is one of her, not minions, pawns, perhaps? And that there's a bigger game going on than the whole treasure, who's running the island thing. I think there's something really big. I don't know what yet. That's driving me nuts. We also had a reference to James. I wonder if we're going to get a little bit more into the political side of what's going on in the UK right now. everything that happened to Max is just completely heartbreaking. And then her decision, because she was so angry at Eleanor, that she has this very deep sense of loyalty and love to her. So I can see why her mind kind of went that direction, especially after what she had just gone through. And then to have the Marcus Aurelius quote about not letting things break you over her deciding to do what she did was very powerfully done. I really like John Silver's character. I mean, I like him in Treasure Island. I can't help myself. I mean, who could? But seeing him young and just trying to survive and doing it in a really clever way and kind of an endearing one too, like how he was trying to help Billy with his quest to ferret out the malcontents, it was just kind of sweet too. I think he might be my second favorite character. And he's just likable. I mean, when he was joking about, you know, maybe in 2 weeks you'll be my friend or something like that, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. He is a really personable guy, and if you were stuck on a ship with him for several weeks, maybe you would be less inclined to just... This is not the most unified crew to go after a treasure galleon, though. They are all at each other's throats. With that many millions at stake, you could think they could work together for like 5 minutes. I have a feeling the next few episodes are just going to be the incredibly tense attempts to try and unify the main ship and her consort, and we won't even get to the main battle for a while. I don't see that happening. I think that we're going to deal with the mess that is the cruise right now. And then we have Vane and Max and Jack and mysterious two swords woman who's awesome that has the hat. You know who I mean. I don't know her name. She's terrifying. Anyway, that group, they're still after the treasure, and if I were them, what I would do is just follow the other ships. Like, keep a really far distance and just follow them. What could go wrong, right? Other than they turn around and shoot at you. But I mean, you gotta think like a pirate, right? I love the just general mayhem, absolute chaos that's going on. That line about what just happened pretty much describes the episode in a good way. I'm most fascinated, I think, so far, plot-wise, by Miranda. I think that's her name. The woman with the tea and the fancy house. Something's going on there and I want to know what. Don't tell me though. No spoilers in the comments. But seriously, I love this show.